Approximately 3 years ago, we had a fire in the Bronx. It was a 5-story old law tenement that was converted into single-room occupancies illegally. There were petition walls put up. The firefighters that went to fight the fire in there were not aware that these petitions existed. And at some point, the fire just erupted, trapping several members on the top floor, causing them to jump out the windows. 2 of the members died immediately upon hitting the pavement below, and the other 3 were seriously injured with debilitating, career-ending injuries.
A 12-year-old boy and his parents died in this fire in the Bronx 6 weeks ago. Investigators say the illegally converted apartment made them unable to find a way to escape. 2 adult men died in this fire in Brooklyn last month.
The city sustained a series of deadly fires in buildings that we had later determined to be illegally converted this past spring. As a result of that, the mayor asked my group to see what we could do about getting proactive about the problem. The first thing we did was find out everything we as a city knew about these locations before the catastrophic event occurred, before the fires occurred, before the deaths occurred. And it turns out that it's quite a lot. So we built a spreadsheet with ranging from 120 to 180 factors. What we learned from that exercise was that the city retains a tremendous amount of information about its locations, but it had never been married up before.
There are about 2,000 serious fires in 1 to 3 family buildings a year. Now there are about 20,000 complaints for illegal conversion that go to the Department of Buildings per year, and there's only about 200 inspectors to follow up on those. In order to target actually risky buildings, we need to be able to prioritize those in some way, which is what we've tried to do. We found that 4 factors in particular bear upon risk of fire. 2 of them are financial factors. One of them is unpaid taxes by an owner. The other is an owner undergoing foreclosure proceedings. We also looked at the year that a building was built, whether it was built before or after the building codes were revised in 1938. And then we looked at a metric analyzing neighborhoods by socioeconomic background.
Well, my reaction initially was like most agency reactions, this is not going to work. This agency won't cooperate with this agency, it'll be turf battles, but I found that working with the Department of Buildings and the fire department, we actually have a lot to share and a lot in common in the way of life safety and the protection of life and property in the city.
I had hoped for at best a 10% bump for the first few targets that we went to. Maybe 15% is what I was thinking we could do. When the results came back and we were looking at a 5-fold increase in the uncovering and remediation of these risky conditions, I frankly was astonished.
I thought it was, I really couldn't believe that by combining all of these different agency statistics together, that we could develop a profile of buildings to target for inspectional purposes.
Specifically, what we're trying to do is risk assessment and target acquisition for our agencies to be more efficient as they chase after these conditions that lead to catastrophic outcomes. We only have so many resources to expend towards each of these problems, and as our budgets tighten, what we're trying to do and what we've demonstrated that we can do is by using our data more effectively, we're able to actually send our resources where the problems are likeliest to occur. That level of proactive city governance really has been enabled by this administration.
In my opinion, predictive analytics is the wave of the future.